Today, both teams that were in last year's World Series, the Washington Nationals and Houston Astros, temporarily canceled summer workouts, nervously awaiting delayed coronavirus test results. A top pitcher on the world champion Nationals expressing frustration that rising cases across the country are jeopardizing the return of sports.
Sports are like the reward of a functioning society, a functional society, and we're just like trying to just bring it back, even though we've taken none of the steps to have it to flatten the curve.
Tonight, the major sports leagues that are planning to return to action this month are seemingly being stalked by the resurgent virus. More than 36 Major League Baseball players and team staffers have tested positive. The National Hockey League reporting similar numbers. And in the NBA, no fewer than 5 teams have now shut down practice facilities after positive tests. All of it throwing into question the wisdom of these leagues returning to action now.
It seems like it's somewhere between unrealistic and irresponsible. We're 3 weeks away from those openers. We've got positive tests among players. We've got workouts that are shutting down. It seems right for some combination of realism and skepticism about whether these sports can return.
Some players in the NBA and Major League Baseball have opted not to return for these shortened seasons. One of baseball's top stars, the Angels' Mike Trout, whose wife is expecting their first child, could be ready to shelve it.
Honestly, still don't feel comfortable. Obviously with the baby coming, there's a lot of stuff going through my mind right now, my wife's mind.
All the leagues have elaborate plans for players to live and play these seasons in isolation. The NBA going to a so-called bubble in Orlando. Players isolating in hotels, playing all their games in one place. But one medical expert says it's problematic that some states where these leagues are practicing and playing, like Florida, Texas, and Arizona, are among the worst coronavirus hotspots in the country.
You'd probably want to have this ideally in a place where if they do break their bubble, if they are in contact with people from the community, that the risk of them running into a coronavirus case is very low. So maybe they should be having these things in Alaska or in Vermont where the percent positivity is very low.
With all the precautions, observers say the bottom line is that the leagues are putting their expensive workforce and maybe even more vulnerable coaches and staff members at risk for one obvious reason.
This isn't about, yay, we can play baseball. This is about if we have a baseball season, we will get some measure of television revenue back, even if there are no fans in the stands.
But sports journalists and medical experts say there's also a very good chance that these leagues will be able to start their seasons again, but not be able to finish them. If players break their bubbles, if a given team experiences its own outbreak, if we return to another nationwide spike in cases this fall, all of it is a recipe to have to shut down sports again.